Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? First shout out to Nader. This one for the haters. You can tune in right now or catch this show later. Going up on Tuesday, night 7 p.m. Click the link in the bio or I'll send it to your DM. Saints going all the way. The Pelicans gonna do it too. This is sports overtime. And we cover all the news. And we breaking all the rules. Let me put my city on. Soon as bro touchdown, I'm about to get my gritty on. This is sports overtime. This is sports overtime. This is sports overtime. Sports overtime. Sports overtime. I do it. I do it. I did it. I done it.
Welcome to another edition of Sports Overtime. I am your host, Nader Murphy, and man, we got a lot to cover. The Saints season has come to an end. We're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on a variety of topics, looking at this offseason, what's going to happen. But first and foremost, man, got to introduce my co-host. He's kind of amped up before coming on after I showed him this video, but I can't wait to get his take on this. But y'all see this guy all over the place, man. He got the fro, got the boxing gloves. He's in music videos, rapping himself. He's doing all kind of stuff. Harley Davidson commercials. So y'all give it up for my homeboy, my co-host, man. Soul Saint, what's good?
What's happening? What's happening, man? What's happening, bro? How y'all doing out there in TV land?
How y'all doing, man? We appreciate everybody that tunes in. Appreciate everybody watching right now on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. Shout out to everybody. Man, you know we got to pay them bills before we get started. So got to give a big shout out to our number one sponsor, Mr. Bear, Jason Bear at the Bear Law Firm. Again, man, if y'all need an attorney for anything, car crashes, maritime, trucking accidents, just anything, inadequate security, make sure y'all hit up Jason Bear at 504-372-0111. Make sure y'all hit him up. Tell him Nader and Soul sent you, and they will look out for you, man. And I'm telling you, they definitely will look out. We've had already 2 clients that's hit him up, and they already got their cases rolling, and they about to get their money here pretty soon. So definitely hit up Jason Bear and tell him Nader and Soul from Sports Overtime sent you, man. They're going to look out for you. Now, our other sponsors, our drink sponsor, got to give a big shout out to them. They always look out. We got to get some more cases out of them, right? So, but
Yeah.
but Element Beverage Company, man, make sure y'all support Element. If y'all want to order online, you can go to www.drinkelement.us. They can ship you some drinks. Also, too, man, at your local Rouse's here in Louisiana, you can go and get the 3 flavors, the strawberry, the pineapple, and the tropical. So be influential and drink Element, man. Now, so we got a lot to cover. The season has come to an end. It's been a wild season. It's been a disappointing season. We had all these aspirations and of this team starting at a certain point, and now they finished. Everybody in TV land did not project them to have the record that they had. But listen, man, it's okay. We'll come back stronger next year. We knew the transition with Dennis Allen was going to be something. We thought that the transition would have been a little bit smoother, obviously, because he was in the building with Sean Payton. He knew the players, he knew the team, he knew what was working and how to do it. But obviously, that didn't come to fruition. There was a lot of injuries that happened this year, throughout the whole year. The whole quarterback situation didn't help as well. Going from Jameis and then Jameis getting hurt and then moving it to Andy and not giving Jameis his job back and then sticking with Andy, and it just was all over the place. This whole season to me was just like a roller coaster ride because, you'll have one, the first week in Atlanta, we're sitting here clinching the remote. Like, man, come on, bro. Like, win the game. Come on, y'all coming back. And then they end up coming back and winning. And then next thing you know, the Tampa game, me and you was at that game. So we like, all right, cool. Like, we got a good shot. Jameis gets hurt. I'm like, oh my God. So like, it's just been a whirlwind of emotions the whole season. How have you felt? So, because you've been to a lot of the games, and you know, you see it live and direct, man. So how have you felt this year? And in review, how this was for you?
It's been really strange. You know, like I said, we picked up a sponsor this year, so I did do a couple of tailgate events over there at Harley Davidson because we picked up the sponsor. But I don't know. At first, like in the dome for the first couple of games, you know, the energy was there. You know, but our team just wasn't playing well, you know. And it's been strange the whole season because, excuse me, we're used to this team playing well. We're used to this team having a good offense. We're used to this team moving the ball down the field, man, making plays. You know, we've been used to our defense doing their thing. But, you know, it's just been strange, man. You know, and I don't like the, you know, the drama that we've been having with the team.
Right.
You know, and the fan base has been mixed. You know, this year, you know, everybody usually is all in. Saints, staff, coaches, players. You know, we might have one player, oh man, we need to get him out of there because he's not playing good or something like that. But to have a whole coaching staff you're not happy with, offensive coordinator, head coach, you know, it's you know, it's disheartening, man. It really is, you know. And this whole season was just strange to me.
I think just starting off before the season even kicked off, right, was, you know, the whole, and we're gonna talk about this here in a little bit, but the whole Chauncey Gardner-Johnson trade, you know, right before the season started to the Eagles. And then again, you know, you had the whole Jameis Winston situation, the whole, you know, what's gonna happen with Alvin Kamara and his situation. And then you know, you got this whole Jameis you know, was promised to get his job back, didn't get his job back, and then you got the defense. It was crazy because like the Bengals game, I remember going to the Bengals game, and I'm like, man, like, you know, even with everything going on, still had a chance to win that game, right? The Tampa game still had a chance to win that game. Lattimore gets ejected, and then you know, it went downhill from there. They scored that long touchdown on that long touchdown pass. So Tampa ended up winning that game. And then you can look at the Tampa game in Tampa on Monday night, right, where, you know, Ingram, you know, hurried up and ran out of bounds because he was hurt. And that cost us. That game cost us, you know. So it just, man, it's just unfortunate. You know, the season sucked. And
then on top of that, you know, MJ is putting it up right now, but we do have video. And I want y'all to look at this right quick. And we're going to talk about it. But I think this is some punk ass shit to do to a former team, a team that gave you a shot, gave you a chance, just like Eli Apple. That's some Eli Apple shit right here, you know. So y'all check this out, man.
Play it.
Expected. I get treated very, 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 very like better than I was in New Orleans. And I ain't saying nothing bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm just. You play better ball when you around better guys and you around better athletes. So I feel like this is the result of it. You know what I'm saying? Shit, still lead the league in picks. My team got the best defense. So I kind of say I benefited from it this year. My teammates benefited from it. I think the biggest part, coming here was humbling myself.
How so? If you had been able to play.
How so? Hold on.
Yeah.
How so?
Yeah.
Man, we gonna cap you. You got two of the cones that can cover better than me. I think I was covering all down in New Orleans, but when I got a chance to play with some out down corners, I just figured out like play my role, man.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Turn out to be good, I guess.
Wow. Let me just say this, bro. You know, I got two things I want to talk about with this dude, bro. You know, like I said, that's some Eli Apple shit right there, bro. First of all, the New Orleans Saints gave you a shot, and you know, you were a liability, kinda, in coverage. You wasn't the best fucking coverage guy. You know, we had you in the nickel covering, and you have a nerve to talk about covering. The Eagles don't have you covering. You playing middle center field, bro. So how you covering something up there talking about, yeah, they cover better than me. Yeah, of course they cover better than you. A lot of people cover better than you. You know what I'm saying? So that's not your number one thing you bring to the table, CJ. You know what I'm saying? I had tape on you in training camp getting boinked by a Wookiee. You understand? So, you know, for him to say some stuff like that, like I say, he just taking shots, and then they lost. Your team lost to us. So you talking all that shit, talking about, yeah, better players, better this, better that, but y'all just got your ass whooped by the Saints. You understand? That was your time to shine. You were supposed to, hey, take us out and show us, hey, yeah, you were the better team, but y'all lost. And I think he was playing, wasn't he?
No,
Wasn't he playing for our game? Or no, he came back after that.
He came back right after.
That's just garbage, man. You know, that's garbage for him to go there. You know, most players that have class don't even talk about the teams that they came from. You know, if they do talk about them, you know, they'll say, well, you know, I mean, the fans down in New Orleans, you know, I miss them. You know, they love me down there and stuff. That's something positive. You know what I'm saying? But to go like that, that's some BS, bro.
You know, and I know a lot of people want my take on it. I mean, you know, the thing about it is, like, for me, you know, me and him wasn't always on a good page before he left. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be honest with y'all. Me and him wasn't really on a good page. You know, I tried to help him out in the best way I could, you know, because it just was like he reached out to me. I got a random DM from him one day on Twitter. And he was like, yo, you know, I heard you got a bunch of connects. Can you help me? And I was like, well, what do you need? And he was like, he's like, you know, and I have the DMs, you know, I'm like, he's like, I need a feel for my players for my 7-on-7 camp. And I'm like, all right, cool. I said, man, I'll try to get you a field, blah, 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 you know? So ended up talking to a school, got him a field. Now the field, the days he needed the field, it was raining like 90% each one of those days. So he ended up canceling that, was like, look, I appreciate you, blah, blah, blah. But man, just tell them this, that, and just cancel the field,
What's up,
you know,
What's up?
in the field or whatever. I said, okay, cool. So then after that, you know, we was cool, like, cause he had did a 7-on-7 camp at City Park, in the stadium at City Park. I went there, it was freezing cold, bro. It was 20 degrees. He gave me an interview. And then, like, the thing about it was, he was like, I don't want to talk nothing about the Saints. I don't want to say nothing about the Saints. It's all about the kids. And I'm like, okay, I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? So I sat there, I waited, brother. I was there from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, bro, in the afternoon, freezing my ass off in 20-degree weather just to get this interview from this dude, right? So anyway, fast forward, bro. He asked me for the fields and this and this and this and that. I helped him get the fields. He canceled the fields, which was cool because it was going to rain. Nobody wanted, you know, I didn't want the kids to get hurt. Then he asked me to come to one of his 7-on-7 practices and was like, yo, can you come help me, whatever, you know, just throw the ball to these players or just snap the ball or whatever. And I was like, cool, I helped out. So, like, I'm trying to get to my point, right? So then on top of that, so, like, he asked me to come cover his 7-on-7 team. And I think they were going to Indianapolis. And he was like, look, I'll pay for your flight, you pay for the room, or you pay something like you pay for the room, I'll pay for the flight. And I was like, listen, I don't need you to pay for nothing. Like, I got it. I'm not worried about the money. It's not a big deal. But, like, I was just trying to show him, like, I'm not trying to use you for your money or nothing like that. Like, I'm good. So he was like, man, if you could come, that'd be good. And this, that. I couldn't make it. I was working, you know, I just couldn't go. Fast forward. So when he did the whole thing with Tom Brady and got in Tom Brady's face, right, I came out with the shirts, right? And you saw the shirt, so you got one. It says, try me one more time. So I made the shirts. I reached out to him. I texted him, DM'd him, never got a response, right? Never got a response. Never got a listen, I'm going to tell you, never got a response from this dude, right? So after he seen people tagging him in the picture of the shirts, right? He DM'd me and was like, man, what the F are you doing? Da, da, da. And I was like, look, I was going to do the shirts, and the money I got from the shirts, I was going to give you the money from the shirts to put towards your 7-on-7 camp. So it wasn't like I was trying to take any money. I'm trying to help you out. But you're not responding to my DMs. I done reached out to a coach on your team. I done reached out to your best friends and your GM and your manager, and you sitting here not even responding. So I said, I went with my move. I don't have to get your permission. So then he's like, man, well, whenever you get the money, this, that, and this, that, send it to me. I'm like, cool. So I sold 56 shirts, and I only made $10 off each shirt. After paying for the shirts and getting the shirts done, I only made $10 from the shirts, right? So next thing you know, he was like, I sold 56 shirts. I sent them $560, bro. $560. This dude, he gonna tell me after I sent him the money sold, look what he does. He goes and blocks me on Twitter.
Wow. Yeah, he's shady, bro.
Look,
MJ.
Look, I can show you right here. Look, look what it say. I don't know if y'all can see it. Look, 57 shirts sold, $570. I sent it to him on January 11, 2022, dog. So like, then I send you the money for the shirts, and then you go block me, right? All right, cool. That's cool. You know, like, you're a football player, you're an NFL player, you got way more money than me, but yeah, you want to sit there and I'm trying to help you and you're gonna block me, which is cool. So it was crazy because he got traded the week before he got traded. His manager hit me up and was like, look, him and Tyrann doing he was like, yeah, him and Tyrann Mathieu doing a party for the Tampa Bay game. We want you to come later and we're gonna squash all of that shit and this, and that. I said, okay, cool. Guess what? Didn't get an opportunity to do that, right? Because he got traded, right? So it just, I don't know, man. It just, when I see shit like that, it kind of make me mad because it's like, you sitting here, you talking about the team that gave you an opportunity. You talking about, you really taking a shot at Marshawn Lattimore because you saying they got better DBs than what you had in New Orleans, and they got better athletes than what you had in New Orleans. Then on top of that, you come out and say you was the main one covering in New Orleans. No, you was not. You was in a slot. You was in a slot getting beat by DJ Moores and all of these guys. So like, you can go back and look at the tape.
Every now and then he would come up with a play.
Yeah.
Every now and then because of the pressure from our front four. Especially against Brady. That's it.
Don't sit there and try to take a shot at the Saints. The Saints was not going to pay him 12 to 15 or 16 million a year. They wasn't going to do that. They just let Marcus Williams go, bro. They're not paying you $15 million a year, bro. They just not. But the thing is, like Zach just said, the city embraced him, bro. He did that to Brady. People embraced him. He talked shit. He kind of aligned with the city, right? The city is the city that is going to talk a lot of shit and back it up, right? But at the same time, when you do that and you talk about the team and that, it's phony, bro. It's phony, and I don't feel like he was worth the money. He thought that he was worth $16-17 million a year. I don't think he's worth that. Now, yes, does he lead the league in interceptions? Yeah, he does. But guess what? Everything happens for a reason, right? If you would have stayed on the Saints, you probably wouldn't have led the league in interceptions. If you went to Philadelphia, now you leading the league in interceptions because that team, they safeties ain't all of that. They not that good. But guess what? You got an opportunity. But you got an opportunity. So, and here's my thing. You talking all that shit, but guess what? It's not guaranteed Philadelphia gonna pay you either. So just because you lead in the league in interceptions don't mean you automatically gonna get a 16.
Well, he's gonna get paid just because of that fact.
He's gonna get paid, but
he led the league in interceptions at the time he went out. He's gonna get paid for that because that's what he do. Look at your boy over there who's garbage, number 7 with the Cowboys. All them picks he had, and we know he garbage, but he's still made the Pro Bowl. He's still considered one of the best shutdown corners because you're throwing at him. All they do is throw at him all day. So you bound to get a pick or two. And that's why he led the league, because he's really a liability covering, over there. But, like I said, MJ was talking about, I saw his post. He was talking about uncovering the locker room. Still, you don't put down players you went out there and played with, you fought with. Right. These guys, these dudes you went out there, man, these were your teammates.
That's like me and you've been doing a show for 2 years, and something happens between me and you, and I come on my show and without you, and I say, you know what, man, so this, so that, man, this was so did. Like, You know what I'm saying? That's phony. Like I would never do no stuff like that because me and you did a show and we put our time and effort into this shit every week. So I wouldn't do that, bro. That's just phony, you know? Like whatever you got between you and the team, that's between you and the team.
And
you know?
I believe that I'm the one probably got his ass traded because I exposed him. You know what I'm saying? You know, my video went viral.
You did.
Little video Olave beating your ass one-on-one.
That video had over 700,000 views on it, bro.
And know what I'm gonna do when I get off here? I'm gonna send that video to him. You know, that's right. Soul Saint gonna send it to your ass. I'm gonna send it to CJ. He gonna block me too. I'm gonna say, oh, you cover the best, huh? You the best cover. Check this out.
So it's just phony, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the end of the day, listen, you know, he's doing good with the Eagles. You know, that's cool, whatever. But I'm gonna be honest with you, like him doing that shit. I hope the Eagles get bounced out the playoffs as soon as possible because you know you come catch this couch with us, bro. Come catch this couch with us, bro. So it's just funny because like I hate when they do that shit. Like they be on the Saints and they be on the Saints nut and they be like, oh, this organization is awesome. This organization is this organization is that. But then when the money don't work and we send you somewhere else, then it's like, oh yeah, well, I have better corners, I have better athletes on the
bro.
I get treated better.
And just like and just let me make an example. Tyreek Hill. He gonna go to the Dolphins talking about Tua is the best, the most accurate. I mean, you crazy if you think he more accurate than Mahomes, bro. Come on, bro. Who you? Yeah, I mean, really? He should have shut his mouth.
They got people that will combat you when you say that and say, well, what is he supposed to say? He's on a team with Tua now. He's not on a team.
Don't put down the other team. Don't say it like that. You know what you say? Let me tell you what you say. I think Tua is a very accurate quarterback.
That's it.
He's the best. He's the most accurate I ever had.
You know what I'm saying? He's not more accurate than Mahomes, bro. Come on. You know, so like, you know, so it's just funny, bro. But I can't wait to see how this offseason plays out with his situation. I'm not saying that I wish him anything bad. Listen, that happened. That situation happened. You know what I'm saying? Me and him didn't see eye to eye. That's cool. But listen, bro, like, you know, when you have somebody that's trying to do something helpful for you and you try to do that and then you try to make it seem it's all about you, like that's fucked up. And then, you know,
I lost all respect for that dude, man.
I lost all respect. It's like you know, he was listening to people in their ear like, oh, Nader's this, Nader's that, Nader's did this, Nader did this 10 years ago, 12 years ago. And it's like, bro, like based off of what you've seen and what I did for you. And I even helped him get his brother enrolled in high school, bro. He asked me to help him get his brother enrolled in high school, dog. And I got his brother enrolled in high school, bro. I sent them the link how to do it and everything, bro. That just show you what type of person I am, right? Like, it's not because he's a Saints player. It's because the dude really needed help, and I helped him. Like, I didn't ask for nothing. I will say this. The only thing I ever asked that dude for, dog, you know what I told him? So I said, bro, I'm helping you with all this stuff, bro. The least you could do is come on Sports Overtime, bro. The least you could do. And he said, man, got it. And he never came on, bro.
That's why we on Earth, bro, and we deal with that every day. I deal with it. You dealt with it, getting stabbed in the back, bro. Helping people, being friends of people, being partners. You think that's your partner, your boy. You think you're doing a good thing for them, and then they turn around and show you their true color, bro. Yeah, and all you can do is pray for them and move on. That's it.
That's all you could do, bro. You know, that's all you could do, man. So, like, you know, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. I really want the Eagles to get bounced out. You know, I hope they get bounced out pretty soon because that was just phony. So, but moving on, like we said, move on. You know, obviously the season didn't go how we wanted, like we said earlier. The Saints lost to the Panthers 10-7, and you know the thing that really pisses me off is. And Zach actually texted me after the game, and I was like, you know, what's up? He's like, bro, do you really understand what happened? I'm like, what's up? He's like, dude, Sam Darnold had 43 yards passing the whole game with 2 interceptions, and the Saints still lost, bro. The Saints.
How do you lose to a team? You win the turnover battle. You held a team to 40-something yards passing, and you lose? I don't. It's
You
just
had
the
you
Saints
had
doing
you had
terrible
you
stuff,
had
bro.
you had the offense. The offense was not clicking. Andy Dalton was not clicking. Will Lutz missed 2 critical field goals. And people, I posted a post on Twitter. I'm like, man, I feel like Will Lutz lost the game. Like, yeah, the offense was shitty, but I feel like Will Lutz lost the game because he had 2 opportunities to
I
make
don't even put it
field
on Will
goals,
Lutz though. I don't
and,
even put it on
and
Will
he
Lutz.
missed it. But the thing is, for me, the thing that
I
I
never
really
put take a game. Feel like a kicker should be, respond. He's a bad kicker
no,
now.
that's what I said.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
we should have. Hey, we put the ball on the ground. Bad plays. He throwing the ball at Kamara's feet. Taysom wide open. Come on, man. It's
the
just
offense was
bad,
shitty, bro. The offense
bad.
was shitty. For all of those people that be on here in the comment section saying, "Oh, Andy Dalton is doing good and he's doing
Offense
this,"
did nothing.
man, we ain't trying
Exactly.
to hear that, bro. Andy Dalton got to go. Now, Dennis Allen said yesterday that it has been told to him and that he feels after having conversations with Mickey Loomis and the organization that he is going to be back as the head coach next year. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. He's like, yeah, we finished 7-9, but we're not far away. I can't really trust somebody who has the record, the past record that he has. I can't trust somebody like that, bro. I just can't. And then
Exactly.
when you have a situation where you got Sean Payton coming back and wants to coach again. Now, he never said he would want to coach the Saints again, but when you got a guy who you hold the rights for, right? I would ask him that question. I would call him and ask him, "Yo, you want to coach again?" Yes. Okay, would you want to come back to the team? Yes or no? And then you make your decision from there. Don't just give your full on, commitment to Dennis Allen when you don't know what's going to happen with Sean Payton.
Exactly, B.
So
But
I don't know.
like I
Oh, yeah.
said, bro, we look at teams like the Houston Texans, bro. 2 and whatever they was, bro. 2-game win, teams with 4. We won 7 games with a terrible head coach, a no play calling offensive coordinator, a quarterback that should not be a starting franchise quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But our defense, played well. Our offense couldn't do too much, but we still won 7 games, bro. That just goes to show you anybody that's a coach, a potential that might want to come here, they should be. Look, this is a good team, and people should look at the Saints and say, "Well, damn, they had all that negativity, and they still were able to win 7 games, bro." And some of those games we should have won. We should have won at least 10 games, bro. To be
So,
honest with you, we should
so,
have won at least 10 games.
no, listen
The
to this,
Tampa
bro.
game, we should have won.
The first Tampa game in the Superdome, we lost 20-10, right?
Mhm.
After Lattimore got ejected, they threw that touchdown pass. That was a wrap. That game was done. I was there. Tampa didn't score for the first 3 quarters, bro. They shut them down the whole 3 quarters. Brady was throwing tablets all over the place that game. Then the Carolina game. There's no way you should have lost to Carolina with Sam Darnold in Carolina. They won 22-14. Then they had that doink in London with the Vikings, right? They lost 28-25, right? The Seahawks game, they won 39-32. Then the Bengals game was really disappointing because they had the Bengals on the ropes the whole game, at least for the first 3 quarters. And then next thing you know, they just blew the game. The Bengals won 30-26. So as you can see, they were losing these games by 4 points, 7 points, 10 points, right?
Yeah.
Then you got the Cardinals game. Andy Dalton throws 3 interceptions that game. We got Dennis Allen at halftime asked what did he tell his team at halftime, and he's telling them, or what did he tell Andy Dalton, and he's telling them, keep doing what you're doing. He got 3 picks, and you telling this man to keep doing what he's doing? Like, come on, bro. We ended up losing that game 42-34.
Yeah.
Right?
So you look at that,
Like,
man. The Viking game we should have won.
That's what I just said.
The Bengal game we should have won. I really think the Cardinal game we should have won. You look at we beat the Raiders, and we look at the Ravens. Or the Ravens beat us. They just took control of us
I
in
was
the,
at that game. Yep. I was
yeah.
at
They
that
just beat our ass up front. The Steelers, they totally beat our ass. They kicked our ass. So I'm not even gonna count that.
The Rams game, they won.
We beat the
The
Rams.
49ers game, they didn't score no
49ers, we would completely shut down.
all the way out there and they didn't score
Couldn't
shit.
do shit. But the defense did play. See, 49ers only scored 13 points.
Right.
The Buccaneer game, that's the main game, bro, that killed us. That 17-16 comeback victory that we in no way with Mark Ingram going out of bounds. It's just so many things, bro. That 3rd and 1 where he tried to throw us. I don't even want to talk about it, bro. You know, that's the main game that kind of killed our season. That was a dagger right there. Once we gave Tampa, where they can go ahead and control their own destiny, and they still gave us chances. They still lost games after that. It's just disheartening, bro. I'm looking at this. I'm like, we could have won 11 games. We could have won 11 games, bro. Better coach, better offensive coordinator, better quarterback.
And look, and if you think
you replace them 3, we in the playoffs. We probably hosting a home game right now. Yeah.
Listen to this, bro. If we would have won 11 games, right? We would have been a 6th seed, bro. We would have been the 5th seed because Philly got 14 wins. Frisco got 13 wins. Vikings got 13 wins and Dallas got 12. Everybody else got 9 wins, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, we would have definitely been the 5th seed, and we would have controlled our own destiny. But listen, we're not gonna say shoulda, coulda, woulda, because listen, They didn't get the job done. We can't go back and change it. We can't fix it. But at the same time, bro, like this team had a lot of potential. They got a lot of good players. A lot of people got hurt. I'm not using the injuries as an excuse because last year we had a lot of injuries and still won 9 games, right? So, but when you got an injury to your quarterback, man, it's huge, bro. It's huge. And, the thing that really upset me is like some of them games, bro, if they would have put Jameis in, I think he would have had the offense moving a little bit better. The Arizona game, I think he would have had us on top in that game, But again, bro, they just being stubborn. They don't want that man. They don't want him to play. Now his future is on a question mark. Do they release him? I think they're going to end up releasing him. He deserves. And it's not in a bad way of saying this, but like for him, for Jameis, they need to do that man that favor and just release him and let him pick the team that he want to go to, man. Because like it's unfortunate. Y'all made this man. He was about to sign with the Colts last year. And y'all hurried up and jumped on him when we couldn't get Deshaun Watson. And then now the man comes to the re-signs back with the team because he know the offense and the playbook. And then he gets hurt. And then y'all don't want to get a man his job back. It's different when the quarterback is doing good and he went in 6-7 games. But the quarterback wasn't doing good, dog. The quarterback wasn't out there slinging it.
Let me say this right quick while I'm thinking about it. Let me say this right quick, bro. If I would love to have Jameis back just to see what he's gonna do. But let's say I'm Jameis. I wouldn't trust the Saints, bro. I would not trust the Saints to come back and they name me the starter again and do the same shit to me again and have a journeyman quarterback backup come in here. And as soon as I might sprain my foot and have to sit the bench, they put him in and do the same thing to me again, bro. The Saints were not loyal to this dude, and this dude was loyal to the Saints. Hey, if I'm him, I'm getting the fuck. If I have a team that wants me, I'm leaving. I'm going to that team, bro. Yeah. I gave my heart, sweat, tears, everything to the Saints, bro.
And I think
they messed over me.
And I think he ends up being where he was gonna go last year. I think he will sign with the Colts. I really do. I really think the Colts are end up signing him. You heard it here first. I think that the Colts, they're gonna end up finding a new coach. Mm-hmm. The coach, they're gonna need a quarterback because they already said that they let Matt Ryan go this year. after this offseason because they owe him like $17-18 million. So they're gonna let Matt Ryan go. So I would not be surprised if Jameis signed with the Colts if the Saints release him at any
Wouldn't be
point. So
surprised either, my brother.
but
Wouldn't
it's
be
just
surprised either. Saints just
it's
gonna have to do what they need to do
it's
and go
frustrating.
find a quarterback.
It's frustrating on that level, but it's also frustrating from the offensive coordinator standpoint because Pete Carmichael did not live up to the expectations that we thought he was going to live up to, and it's kind of telling when you had Sean Payton in the building, and Sean Payton is this offensive guru, but yet we always talking about Pete Carmichael, and he's in the back, he's behind the scenes, and he's doing this and doing that. Well, guess what? Really, it was all Sean Payton, bro.
And you would think, Nader, you would think that this dude been with Sean Payton all these years that we would see plays like Sean Payton would call.
Right.
This dude must have been, when Sean Payton was here, he must have been playing solitaire on the damn pad and looking down like he was doing something and wasn't doing shit. Because I'm like, I mean, it's like, I mean, they threw Sean Payton's whole playbook out.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, bro. What happened, bro? You was under Sean Payton all that time. You should have usually coaches that are under other coaches. They play like them. Look at some of the great coaches that had coaches under them and went on to other teams.
A lot of them, bro.
These two dudes under Sean Payton is shits.
And I don't know if that was
he must have been wasn't even paying attention.
But here's the thing, man. Like, when you're behind somebody and you're trying to get promoted or you're trying to get another job, just life facts, right? If you a manager, Soul, or you a coach, and I'm underneath your wing, right? And you've been in the game 5-10 years, and I'm learning behind you, and you teaching me the game, right? I'm gonna soak up all the game that I could get, because guess what? When it's my turn gonna come. My chance gonna come. So when my chance comes, I'm gonna take what you taught me because you successful, and I'm gonna implement that whenever I go to another team. But what the thing is, they didn't have to do that. They took the team over from their mentor. So it's kind of like their mentor left them with the solid team. Now the quarterback situation was in a limbo because you didn't know if there was Taysom, you didn't know if it was gonna be Jameis, you didn't know if it was gonna be Andy Dalton, right? But you had to figure that out. They knew Jameis was better than Andy Dalton. They knew Jameis was better than Taysom Hill, bro. But at the same time, it was unfortunate that Jameis got hurt, and that didn't really help his odds and his chances at being a starter. So, they just kind of went with what they had to go through. And I think it was kind of a cop-out from Dennis Allen, to be honest with you, because then he could have said, now his excuse at the end of the year is, oh man, we had a lot of injuries. We had a lot of injuries. Especially our number one position, the quarterback position. Mike Thomas was hurt, Jarvis was hurt, right? So can y'all really fault me for these players getting hurt? Can y'all really fault me? Can y'all really critique my effort? And it's like, okay, cool, but Sean had the same issues. Mike Thomas was hurt with Sean, right? Other players were hurt with Sean. Sean was trying to figure out the quarterback position. You had Taysom going 1 week, Jameis going 1 week, right? Jameis actually got hurt, and you had to start Taysom, and then Taysom got hurt with his finger.
And you know what? We understand that just like the end of Drew Brees' career, everybody said, well, when Jameis threw that touchdown against Tampa in the dome, and they said, man, we need to put him in because Drew Brees is fucking up right now. And I understand he's the Saints' greatest quarterback ever. You give him his due, and you're not going to take him out because this is his last game. And I understand that, but we know, and I know, bro, if it had been any different, if Drew had been not the only person to had led the Saints to a Super Bowl, the franchise, all time, everything, he would have took his ass out and put Jameis in, bro, just to give the team a spark.
For sure.
Drew Brees was throwing interceptions, hitting Kamara by the feet, hitting him when he looking downfield. You throwing balls and hitting him in the back with it. He wasn't playing good. His arm was just, it was shits. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't take him out, and the rest is history. We lost, and Drew retired, and that's it. You know, that's how things ended up. You know, but you know, it's just disheartening. Like I said, bro, it's just disheartening. You know, I'm Jameis. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
Y'all messed over me.
he deserves that, bro. He deserves to
Y'all
be
messed
able
over
to
me,
pick the
bro.
team
Go to
that
a
he
good
wants
team,
to go.
bro. And I hope they play the Saints. I hope it's one somebody on the Saints schedule. We do play the Colts. We do play the Colts next year. I looked at the schedule. We play them away at Indy.
You want to go to that game?
Yeah, especially if James is starting for the Colts.
I wouldn't mind going to that game. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
I
I
know,
wouldn't mind either.
I know
It's
one game.
inside, so it
You
don't
know,
matter the weather.
you know one game I'm going to next year. You know
Ooh.
what game I'm going to next year on the
I'm gonna
road?
tell you which ones I'm going to.
You know which one I'm going to? I'm gonna see
Which
if you
one?
know me. You out of all away games,
Oh,
which
I know
game
you're going to Los Angeles.
you already know.
I'm going to SoFi too. I'm going
Yeah.
to Los Angeles. I'm going to Minnesota. I've never been to Minnesota Stadium. I was gonna go for the Minnesota Miracle.
I gotta see. I
But,
gotta see
but the,
when that
it
game
was
is.
the
I ain't
weather
going
was
to
so bad. It was
Yeah.
a snowstorm up there for that game. So, but I want to do Minnesota. I never did that stadium. I want to do SoFi. That's brand new. I'm going to Houston because that's right. That's hop, skip, and a jump.
Right.
We got to go to Houston. They played regular season against Houston next year.
So just to everybody who's listening and watching it, so the away games next year for the Saints is at the Colts, at the Vikings, at the Rams, at Green Bay, at the Texans,
ain't
and
going
at
there.
New England. Plus they got obviously the Falcons, Bucks, and the Panthers. But then the home games next year are home against Detroit, home against the Jags, home against the Titans, home against Chicago Bears, home against the Giants, and then Tampa, Carolina, and Atlanta. So I don't know, man. I'm definitely going to that LA game if God willing.
I always wanted to do Green Bay, but you know, I don't think it ever gets above 80 degrees in Green Bay.
Just
I don't
depends.
think even in the summer.
I mean, if it's like a September game, then okay, cool. But if they in
It might
December,
be cold in.
oh no.
But you're right. If it's the first away game, like in the first couple of weeks,
Yeah,
then yeah. And
I'm
they
cool.
play in New England too. They play in New
But
England.
I'm gonna be honest with you too. You know, we
I
say
wouldn't
that,
mind going to Foxborough.
but I ain't gonna lie to you. We got to see how this team gonna get put together this offseason,
Exactly.
right? Because you know, if we're still having this quarterback situation, if we're still having this coach situation,
Save my money.
yeah, I'm not wasting my money this year. I'm just not doing it, bro. I went to San Francisco and they didn't score no points. That kind of like, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Until they get their shit situated, that's when I'll decide to spend my money and go, you know?
Look, after that game, what you say, Nader? You say, fuck going to Cleveland.
Oh, no, I wasn't going. Well, because my job kind of shitted on me on that, but it's all good. But like, it actually worked out good because I wasn't going to sit out there in no 3-degree weather, man. Y'all crazy. I don't care if they won or not. I ain't watching that. I'm not about to be shivering my ass off.
So what Cam said ain't no way.
Cam hate, bro. If you talk to Cam and you have a conversation with Cam, bro, I've been knowing Cam for like since he's been on the Saints.
Yeah, me too.
Cam hates cold weather games.
Cold weather.
He hates them, dog. So when he tweeted that, I was like, I already know. Like he's like, I don't care how much money y'all give me, I ain't never come over there.
Right, I retire first.
But
get that.
You know, but you know, looking at this offseason, so you know, the salary cap situation, you know, obviously they restructured Mike Thomas' contract. You know, a lot of people are asking the question, you know, is he gonna stay? Is he gonna go? I think that, you know, this situation is meant for him to end up leaving, you know, because they say $14 million with this move. They're gonna need that salary cap towards you know, they're gonna need that salary cap, and they need the space, man.
We'll see. It's still a possibility that he could stay. You know.
What you think about him, though? You think he should stay?
Hey, bro, he's on his last leg, bro. I would give him one more. If he wants to be here, I'll let him be. That'd be a nice tandem of him, Olave, and Rashid Shaheed, bro. With Jawan Johnson at the tight end position. Still got Taysom Hill running around doing shit. You know, I mean, Alvin Kamara, we don't know what's going to happen with him, but you know, I think we need to go get a back to match up with Alvin Kamara. We need to go get either draft one, Tulane Green Wave. We can get somebody in the middle rounds. You know, I mean, I think we can get a good back to complement him.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. We need a power back, man, because again, we don't know what's going to happen with him in this upcoming season with this suspension looming over his head. You know, hopefully he doesn't get suspended.
They messed over Jameis though. Tracy.
But again, man, the Saints are like 45 to 50 million above the cap already. So they're going to have to turn some contracts and give signing bonuses to, you know, Eric McCoy. You know, what's going to happen with DeMario Davis, right? Are you going to trade DeMario? You're going to keep DeMario, right? A lot of teams would you know, love to have DeMario at his $8 million a year salary, right? So you got that. You got Pete Werner. You got Caden Ellis. Caden Ellis is a free agent. You got to sign him back. And then, you know, you're looking at that D-line, man. Anyamata is a free agent. Davenport, you know, got ejected from the game on Sunday. And, you know, a lot of people are like, man, that was his final snap in a Saints uniform. I really don't think that's going to be his final snap. I'm just putting it out there. I think that, you know, hopefully they do come to terms on an agreement. But, you know, a lot of people just be saying all kind of ridiculous stuff and, oh, he didn't do nothing. He had a half sack this year, whatever. And I'm not taking up for him because it's my homeboy, but it's like, come on, man. Like, come on. You know, yeah, a lot of pressures. He did a lot of things. And unfortunately, you know, the injuries bug, it has bitten his team the last 2 years. So, but Anyamata is a huge
one thing. I hope we get somebody to come in here and say a prayer for our teams because the injury bug for the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years, bro. You know, it's been sad. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
it has.
Injuries have kept all our major big time players from playing, bro.
Right,
and it's hurt the team big time. You know,
but again, you know, with the offseason and the players and the cap situation, you know, even Cam was like, I don't even know what's gonna happen this offseason, right? I don't know what my situation is gonna look like, but you know, I'll see y'all next year. Hopefully, I see y'all next year. You know, what are they gonna do with Cam? You know, are they gonna keep Cam? I think they should keep Cam, right? At least let him retire as a Saint and you know, give him that respect, you know, but like, what's going to happen with Cam? What's going to happen with Davenport? What's going to happen with Anyamata? That's 3 guys that's on the D line, right? So we got to figure out the D line situation. You got this whole situation looming over the organization with Sean Payton. Like, all right, well, you know, Denver has requested to talk to him. Then you got, Arizona fired their GM and their head coach yesterday. All right, so now what's going to happen? Is Sean going to go there? Arizona holds the 3rd pick in the overall draft. Right. So is Arizona going to trade the Saints the 3rd overall pick to get Sean Payton? Is that a move that they would make? Right. To get a solid Super Bowl winning head coach. And if they do pull the trigger on that, then now the Saints are in a spot where they went from not having a 1st round pick to having the 3rd overall pick in the draft. They can go out and get a quarterback like Bryce Young or whatever quarterback they feel would fit the organization better. Now you have your future quarterback for years to come. You know, now you can tailor him with Olave and Shaheed and figuring out who's going to fill in the other gap with Mike Thomas potentially leaving. Now how we fill that position. So there's a lot of stuff that needs to be taken care of. Obviously, the organization is going to handle that, you know, and they're going to have these talks. But, man, we cannot keep doing what we've been doing, man. Like, you know, we just can't, man. We just can't. We need better coaching. And if they don't fire Dennis Allen, then we need to bring in a guy as a new offensive coordinator that's going to get this team rolling. Because right now, Pete Carmichael, he's doing the same bullshit, same old shit. You running the same old shit from 13, 14 years ago. Bro, people need fresh. When you do something for 13 years over and over and over and over and over, you work at a job for 13 years straight. And, bro, at some point, you get tired of going to work. You get tired of doing the same shit every day. Like, it gets boring, bro. You gotta switch it up. You gotta switch it up at some point. So if that's the case, then you need to take Pete Carmichael out the situation. If you're gonna leave Dennis Allen and give him another year, then cool. But take Pete Carmichael out the situation, and let's see what Dennis Allen can do with a better offensive coordinator, right? And if Dennis Allen goes 7-9 again with somebody new, we can't make an excuse and say, oh, well, that person is new. He's just, nah, man, we're not doing that. He got to go.
I'm still, like I said, I'm still hoping and praying that Dennis Allen, somebody gets Mickey Loomis and Gail Benson's attention to come here and turn this season around. I hope they listen to the fan base, because probably 60 to 70% of the fan base don't want DA here, maybe even more than that. And I wish they just, hey, look, we need to do this for our fan base, for our team, because we look like poo this year, man.
Yeah, man.
Especially on offense, making decisions. I mean, y'all can't see this. I mean, why would you give DA? They had other coaches that this was their first year and they're gone. Okay, right. Nobody's taking that bullshit. Okay, why are we giving him another year? For what?
Right.
For what?
Well, they're probably, their mentality is, oh, we can't base him off of 1 year. That's probably their mentality. Me personally, I can base him off of 1 year.
Exactly.
Right? Because
if you did terrible your 1 year, I could see if Pete Carmichael was the one that just did everything. You made bad decisions. You kept Andy Dalton in the game and didn't put Jameis Winston in. And we know all the reasons of why you did it and why. We don't care about all that. All we want to do is win. We want to win, bro. And that's what you should have been thinking about.
But as a coach, you can't do an interview at halftime when your quarterback threw 3 picks and then say, oh, I told him to keep doing what he's doing. That's not a good coach. That's not good leadership. Let's just be honest. That's not good leadership. If I see somebody fucking up, I'm not going to tell them, oh, yeah, keep fucking up. It doesn't work like that, bro. No job in America, if you see somebody messing up constantly, you're going to tell them keep doing that. No way.
Hey, if I'm a coach, I'm not going to get that much, I'm going to get in his ass when I get in the locker room. But I'm going to tell the press, I'm going to say, it's unfortunate he threw those picks. He's going to have to do better.
Yeah.
That's not going to be tolerated. We're not going to have that. He's going, we're going to go in here and talk to this team and see if we can turn things around. That's the kind of shit you say as a coach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh,
we got to do better. He needs to do better. Our quarterback needs to do better.
Exactly.
We had a conversation at halftime, and look, we're gonna try to win the game. In the subject. Now, I told him to keep doing what he's doing. Nah, man, come on, bro. Like, that doesn't motivate a team, man. Because now what you're doing, and this is what a lot of people don't understand. When you give somebody the leeway like that, right, to do that and be sad and keep throwing interceptions, then guess what that's telling your team? That's telling your team that y'all could be average and do whatever y'all want. It's okay. That's an okay thing. You gotta hold these people accountable, bro. You gotta hold these people accountable. You gotta hold these players accountable. These players are getting paid millions of dollars to play this sport. But you gotta hold them accountable as a leader. You listen, I know what you can do. You've shown who you are. You are Cam Jordan for a reason. You are Alvin Kamara for a reason. You are Mike Thomas for a reason, right? Y'all put up numbers. You've done a lot. You've made a name for yourself, right? Go do that on the field. You have what it takes to get the job done. Go do that. Do that on the field, right? But don't sit there and make it seem like being average and mediocre is cool, because it's not cool. And that's exactly what this team was this year. They were mediocre. And that's because the coach.
Listen to this. This just popped up. Nader, listen to this. They say, what's next for Jameis Winston? They say, if this was corporate America, let's state the obvious. Jameis Winston was either demoted, fired, or forced out as starting quarterback of the New Orleans Saints, and we never understood why, nor was clarity provided. Normally, if an employee loses the top position in a corporation, it would be from poor execution and subpar results, not because the person went out on sick leave. So that's what I'm saying. In this case, the replacement delivered unsatisfactory results and uneven performance, yet was allowed to keep the job for 14 weeks. It's not an indictment on Andy Dalton, but go figure. And that's the same thing we've been saying, bro.
Yeah.
That's
We've been
the
saying
same
that
damn
all
thing we've been
year, bro.
saying.
We've been saying that
How
all
you do
year.
that to a person?
All year, bro. We've been saying how it's bad karma, and a lot of people didn't want to hear that. They don't want to. Oh, y'all guys don't know what y'all talking about, man. This, that. Y'all just trying to side with Jameis and do this, man. Listen, it's wrong, bro. Anybody, if your job did that to you, you would feel played too, right? But it's also going back to what Zach just posted in the comments, right? We always talk about the injuries and make excuses about the injuries, but when you call out the medical staff and you say, man, the medical staff ain't doing their job, because we continue to have these problems, even stemming from when Delvin Bro was here, even stemming from Keenan Lewis being here. His whole knee was out of his socket, and the dude was sitting there playing in a game. Like, how as a medical staff you could do that? Oh, well, they brought new people. Well, the people they brought new must have been learning from the people that y'all fired, because our medical staff is just not what it is, bro. It's just not what it is, and just like Zach said, is it really all bad luck, or maybe our medical staff needs major evaluating as well? It's becoming a regular thing. It really is. So either you're going to switch something up, change it, because listen, you keep doing the same things over and over and expecting, a different result. That's the definition of insanity, right? So it's insane for somebody to think that, oh, well, we're going to go into next year. Yeah, man, we got Dennis Allen, and he's going to be better in year 2, and we're going to figure out this quarterback situation. Bro, the schedule is not hard next year. So it really is not
hard. They say credit Winston for not being a locker room cancer. No, you know what I'm saying? Because most quarterbacks, look what happened with Baker Mayfield. You see how he acted, right? He got his ass out of there.
Look at how Marcus Mariota.
Jameis has been the ideal NFL teammate and player, bro. And that's a shame. That's really a shame.
Marcus Mariota lost his job and then quit on the team, bro.
Quit on the team, right?
On the team. Jameis could have did the same thing, but Jameis is in a locker room sitting here trying to get these guys motivated and being by their sides. So you can't say Jameis ain't solid. Jameis is a solid dude. Outside the field, on the field, however you want to look at it, he's just a solid dude overall, man. All around.
Look, listen to this. Remember, Andy Dalton lost 7 games before New Orleans' 3-game win streak toward the end of the season. And it wasn't because of him. Still, the post-game and Monday press conference message was familiar. Andy played well. Dalton is not the villain, and neither is Allen. That's what they're saying, And I mean, it's just
gotta, again,
I don't know.
Like I just said, the problem has been we already know what the problem is. The problem is the coach is cool with the team being mediocre, and that's how he led the team the whole year. And that's exactly the final result of the team. They were mediocre. They were 7-9. So again, you're gonna, as an organization, this organization right here, y'all gonna sit there and let this guy that is praising being mediocre get another year. Well, guess what? You guys are gonna have another mediocre year until you find somebody that's gonna come in
a year
is accountable.
And you're gonna have a lot of fans selling their tickets again. Yeah. You're gonna have, when a team comes to play the Saints, you're gonna think that we're in that team's stadium. Yeah. That's what's gonna happen.
It is what it is. They're gonna lose money, and that's when they're gonna start making the changes, when they start losing money. So it is what it is. Yeah. We talked about that. We talked about Mike Thomas. We talked about the schedule. And
y'all know about. Just want to say, the prayers were answered. Damar Hamlin is getting back to normal, man, and you're happy to see that. He was watching the game. He was sending messages. He's smiling. They even showed a picture of him smiling.
Yeah, bro.
So hey, man, God is good.
Yeah, God is awesome, man. For sure, man. So again, shout out to him. Prayers still up for him as well. He did lead a hospital in Cincinnati. Now he's in the hospital in Buffalo, but at least he's at home. At least he's closer to his family and friends. And so, yeah, man, our prayers are still with him, but hoping for a full recovery for him, man, for sure, man.
And Nader, we got to talk about. We talked about Mike Thomas, huh?
Yeah, I think with him, man, again, yeah, they're gonna say about 14 million on his contract. I think with him, it's kind of like it's over and done. It really is. It's over and done. And it's unfortunate, man, because the dude is so good of a wide receiver when he's healthy. But it's just so unfortunate that it happened to him. But it is what it is. He said, "I may be able to afford seats." Come on down, brother. We gonna be sitting in them $30 seats. You just look. Hey. You just buy the chicken tenders.
Let me tell you something. I for this last game, I sold 2 pair of seats for $30 in my section.
That's crazy.
I've never. That's ridiculous.
That's crazy, bro. They're going back to 1987, bro.
1977.
God damn, bro. That shit crazy, man. Look, that was the year I was born, 1987. Lord have mercy.
Right.
But jumping forward to the next thing, man. Obviously, it's unfortunate Saints ain't going to the playoffs, but there are some teams that are going to the playoffs. We still got to watch it. We still got to talk about it. I'm like, listen, for me, I'm gonna be honest with you. So for me, after the first 6 games, I kind of like zoned out this year. Like I really have. Like this was kind of one of the years that like I was upset, frustrated that they were sad, but I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna focus my attention on something else that's gonna benefit me. And I just worked a little bit more, got my attention off the Saints because, bro, the Saints will give you a heart attack. They'll stress you out. They'll do everything. And I just didn't want to be in that situation this year. But for me, I'm excited about the playoffs, even with the Saints not being in it, because I feel as though it's gonna be some great playoff games, I should say. Mm-hmm. And I feel as though, you got on Saturday, so you got the Seahawks at the 49ers. Shout out.
We about to do our picks now. That's why I say we can go into this when we do these picks.
Shout out, but I want to say this. Shout out to the Detroit Lions for bouncing the Packers out. Man, shout out to Dan Campbell. He left the Saints, went to Detroit, and look how that guy has his team. That team plays hard every down for that man. That man wants to be great. That man holds his players accountable when they don't do good, man. And look at the result. Now, yes, they didn't make the playoffs just like the Saints. I think they had a game better. They were 1 game better than the Saints. But like, still, they went from rebuild mode to almost making the playoffs by 1 game.
Mm-hmm.
So no excuse. When you have a good coach, you got a good leader, you got somebody that's going to be motivating. That's the type of results that you get. So shout out to Dan Campbell. Shout out to the Detroit Lions. I think that they definitely going to be a threat next year for sure.
Yeah. That was a big game at the end, man. The last time they won in Green Bay?
Long time.
Forever.
Long time.
So shout out to them, man. Shout out to my boy Crackman, Crackiola, the longtime Detroit Lions super fan, man. Mm-hmm. We went up there 1 year, and they wanted us to get in this little bitty hot tub with like 6-7 people in it, and we said, that's all right. That's all right.
No, we straight. Wow, we good.
We good. We good. You ready to get into these picks?
Yeah, man. Let's jump into these picks real quick because, man, you beat me by 1 game right now. I got it.
Yes, the results from last week are as follows. So 11 right, 5 wrong. Hakeem, 11 right, 5 wrong. And Nader by himself picked the Jets over the Dolphins and got that one wrong. So he was 10-6 overall. Soul is leading 167 right, 102 wrong. Nader is second, 166 right, 103 wrong. And Hakeem coming in third, 164 and 105 wrong.
So real quick, so just to answer Zach's question, if you could just put it up on a screen.
Okay.
So the reason for that, Zach, if you just really, yeah. So speaking of the playoffs, can you explain real quick, fellas, the point of a neutral field for the Chiefs? I get the Bengals and Bills had a cancel for obvious reason. So if the Chiefs are number one, why is the game being played on a neutral site and not Arrowhead? So they're trying to make it as fair as possible. So, obviously with Arrowhead, they have the home, they have the crowd behind them and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, man, if you're fighting for the AFC championship or whatever it may be, you're going to have fans of both teams at that neutral site. So again, the scheduling just got kind of messed up. It's unfair. I get it.
Yeah, I guess the reason being,
But
the reason they going to neutral field is because the Bengals, the Bills had a chance to get the number one seed. You know what I'm saying? But that game wasn't played.
right.
So that's the reason why you go ahead and say, hey, we're going to play at a neutral field then. You know what I'm saying?
That might be the Superdome. Who knows?
Right. So
that might be. You never know.
Go. I'll
go. Hell yeah. For sure.
Yep. All right. We got the Saturday wild card games. We got the Seahawks at the 49ers. Seahawks got in because somebody else won. And hey, shout out to the Seahawks. But when you get in like that, I don't pick you. When you gotta go over somebody else getting you in, I'm going with the 49ers on this one, baby.
Yeah, me too. I'm on 49ers for sure.
All right, we got the Chargers at the Jags.
I think with this one, man, the Jags have been playing really good. They had a really good game against Tennessee this past week. But man, for me, I really like Justin Herbert. I really like how the Chargers have been playing, and I'm going with the Chargers.
You going with the Chargers? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going Chargers in this game.
I know they're gonna be playing. It's gonna be nice weather because Jacksonville is nice weather. And I think that the Chargers just gonna have too many. I don't know Mike Williams' status though, man. They had to carry him off the field, carry him to the locker room, carry him into the I mean, I don't know his back, but I still think they have enough to do it. I'm going with the Chargers also.
Okay. All right. I thought
Sunday's game.
Jags, bro. You should have picked the Jags, man.
Sunday, you should have did it.
Right.
Sunday, we got the Dolphins at the Bills. You can take the Dolphins.
Hell no. I'm going at Buffalo all the way.
We got to stay close, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know Tua's status.
Tua can play or not. I'm still going Bills.
Right. The Bills just, at home, it might be too much. It's probably going to be cold.
Yep.
Dolphins ain't used to that, man. You don't see no Dolphins up there in Buffalo.
No,
so, hey, we're going with the Bills.
Okay.
Giants at Vikings. Can the Vikes get a Minnesota Miracle? That should be an easy game for them, bro. Y'all getting the Giants, bro. Now, don't mess this up, Vikings. I'm going with the Vikes. They supposed to win this with no problem. You know what I'm saying?
With this game, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This game, I really want to pick the Giants just to I really do, man. I really want to pick them just because it's I don't know, man. I know they're gonna run the rock, but man, I just don't believe in Daniel Jones. Nah, man, just give me the Vikings.
Give you the Vikings.
I'm gonna regret that. I think the Giants gonna win that game though, but I'm gonna regret picking the Vikings. But I'll regret it next week.
Okay, we got another. The Ravens at the Bengals.
I'm going
the Ravens. Lamar's out, right?
Yeah, it seems that way. Yep.
Yeah, Ravens at the Bengals. We got to go Bengals. We got to go Burrow, man.
Yeah, bro. Burrow and Chase, man. LSU. This is the game.
Cowboys,
This is the game that's gonna fuck us up for the week. But go ahead.
Cowboys at Bucks. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really believe that it's scripted. I think that Tampa's gonna win this. Cowboys, I never, I can't never. Once they get to the playoffs, they always choke. And I think it's gonna continue here. The Bucks, Brady in the playoffs, he get his mojo back, and playoff time, you know how Brady does, bro. I'm going with the Bucks.
So just because you picking the Bucks and I'm one game behind you, man,
There'll be 2 games.
I hate doing this, bro, but I gotta go Cowboys, bro.
You gotta go Cowboys.
Yep.
Make a move. You gotta make a move, bro. We getting to the end.
I know. That's why I said I gotta drop them, bro. So I'm gonna go Cowboys in this game. I think their defense. I don't think the Bucks have been really gelling really well. I think that the Cowboys defense is really good. I think Parsons is gonna get to Brady. I think that Brady's gonna be frustrated. I think that Dallas needs to use Pollard a lot more in this game. But yeah, give me Dallas, man.
All right. There you have it, folks. We will see what happens. Playoff weekend starts this weekend. We're gonna see some good football, man. It's gonna be good football.
Can't wait.
And shout out to the Jaguars who haven't seen the playoffs in a long time. Shout out to the Giants who haven't seen the playoffs in a long time. Shout out to those guys, man.
And speaking of shout out, and speaking of shout outs on a basketball tip, shout out to the Pelicans. They third in the West right now, 25-16 loss. They beat the Wizards yesterday, 132-112. So shout out to them. Wednesday, tomorrow night, man, they playing at the Celtics.
And like I said, hey, we don't expect the Pels. We expect to give them a good game, but we know the Celtics are favored. It'll be nice if we can win. We beat good teams. You know what I'm saying? We beat the 76ers.
Right.
So we know we can beat, but this is another level. I think these are your tier 1 teams. Your tier 1 teams are like the Celtics. We even had a chance to beat Boston. I mean, Brooklyn.
Yep,
Brooklyn. If we would have had all our hands on deck, BI, Zion, the whole, if we would have had everybody, I think we can, really compete with some of these teams because we deep. We deep. When they starters go out, our backups are better than most other teams' backups.
But to your point, right? If you looked at the NBA right now, I think we could all agree that obviously you got Boston up there, Denver's up there, Sixers are up there, Memphis is up there, Brooklyn is up there, Milwaukee's up there. Obviously the Pelicans. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Cleveland is up there right now too. They've been playing very well.
I think Cleveland, Denver, and Dallas are one-man teams. I think when those are one-man teams. I think the Jokic, Doncic, and what's the guy at Cleveland that got traded?
Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell. You shut them dudes down, bro. You know they gonna get theirs. But if you can shut the rest of the team down, you can win those games.
Yeah. But I just feel as though we can't let, with the Pelicans, man, they can't let this schedule, mess over them and fall in the West, bro, because the West is so deep. Yeah. And I mean, listen, you got the Celtics. It's a high. I mean, without Zion, did Brandon Ingram come back for the Dallas game?
No.
Okay. So without Zion and Brandon, without them two, bro, it's highly unlikely they're gonna beat the Celtics. Let's just be honest. The Pistons, they're gonna play Detroit. Obviously, I like Detroit, but they're gonna beat Detroit. I don't think Detroit gonna beat them.
Yeah, you gotta win the games you're supposed to win.
The Cavs at the Cavs, that's gonna be a tough game. They playing the Heat at home on next Wednesday. I mean, you got at the Magic. Magic have been playing really well. I mean, they beat Golden State the other night. Pelicans at the Heat again. Nuggets at Pelicans. That's going to be a tough game. Timberwolves at Pelicans. That game went down to the wire when they played. Again, Wizards at Pelicans. Pelicans at Bucks. Like, bro, the schedule is brutal this month, man. So they got to find a way to pull out some games that they should, that people project them to lose. They should definitely, hopefully, Zion comes back pretty soon. I know they said, up to 3 weeks. Ingram is nearing a return, so hopefully that happens pretty soon. So, but you cannot lose the grasp of that third place in that West, man, because if so, then, man, they're going to fall to 6, and then they're going to be trying to find a way. So,
what's up, Tonya? What's happening? How you doing? How's that baby? She bought one of my puppies. Shout out to the council lady over in Laplace. Give her a big shout out. She got a new baby in the house.
Shout out to Tonya, man. But yeah, man, good show tonight. Shout out to LSU. Shout out to Tulane. Shout out to the Pelicans. And shout out, obviously, man, the season didn't go how we wanted it to go. But again, man, it is what it is. It's cool. We'll be back next year. I'm excited about the offseason. So we'll see what happens this offseason with the Saints, trades, moves, Sean Payton, the whole work. So hopefully we get a first-round pick back. If we do, cool. If not, we just got to roll with it and see what happens. So that's all I can say, man. Really, that's it. So
Tell It Like It Is will not be coming on this week. We're going to take a break. Hakeem was supposed to be with us tonight, but his niece had a ball game. So, we're going to give her a week, and we're going to come back next week, y'all. Tell It Like It Is in Sports Overtime next week.
Yeah, man.
Are we taking a couple of weeks off on sports?
I don't know, man. It's up to you.
We got the playoffs, bro. We got to come back.
Yeah, we'll come back, and then once the season's over, we'll just take a few weeks off.
Yeah, we'll take a break. Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, we'll see y'all next week. Same place, same time. Again, shout out to Soul. Shout out to Hakeem. Shout out to Mike Teasy. Shout out to everybody, man, that watches this show. Shout out to everybody who watched it on Twitter. Shout out to everybody on YouTube and Facebook. We appreciate y'all. And again, man, we'll see y'all next week. Same place, same time here on Sports Overtime.
Yep.
And we out.
We out, y'all. We're going to go out with a little music. Let's jam to them Pels. Them Pelicans. Who that? They play tomorrow.
5-star T-Bone Pelicans take flight. Take flight. Take flight, Pelicans 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 take flight. Let's go. This is the blender, Smoothie King Center. Pelicans take flight, no surrender. Ball hard in the paint, no pretender. Fly high, soar to the top. When we play together, we can't be stopped. The other 29 teams gon' hate. Let them hate. That's okay, we the best. Let it marinate. Unbothered, we fly high. The only limit we got is the sky. Stand our ground, we never back down. Brandon threes gon' take us to the crown. Play hard, 48 minutes. D up, play smart, we're winning. Pelicans take flight, take flight, take flight. Come on and take flight. Take flight, Pelicans 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 take flight. Yeah, we go hard every day and night. Yup, spread them wings, non-stop flight. Everybody knows our future looks bright. Yup, grab them teams, throw them in a blender, whip them up in a Smoothie King Center. Yeah. Shots fly, return to sender. When we fly up, you better surrender. The Pels, that's my team. We take flight in New Orleans. Yeah, and you know what I mean. Yeah, take flight, that's our team. Come on, no doubt, we're gonna throw the rock. Yeah, to stop us, you better throw a block. With every win, we raising the stock. Come on, get ready, the Pels about to flock. Yeah, take flight, Pelicans take flight. Take flight, Pelicans take flight.